Hey gang, welcome to yoga. How fun to see you guys. I'm thinking we might start at like 5:05. How does that feel for y'all? Because it occurred to me that 5 is a little sharp for workers. Can you guys see me fully when I'm over here? Enough, right? Okay. Hey, Hannah. Hey, Mom. Hello. Hi, everybody.
Oh, I got Hallie to join. Yay.
Hey. Hey, guys. Hey, Jen.
Oh my God, this is fun.
So fun. I love it.
Oh, Molly, what's up?
Guys,
Bringing people together all around the country.
here's Charlie.
Piper's headshot.
Oh.
And Steve's here too. Everybody can meet Steve. Hey. Say hi.
Are you doing yoga with us?
You're doing yoga with us.
Yes.
Here he is. Here we are.
Yeah, I'm thinking like a 5:05 start time. So just make yourself comfortable.
Third yoga class.
What?
This is third yoga class ever.
Great. Perfect.
I'm working on it.
A red knot.
Go ahead and mute myself.
How are you guys feeling?
Oh my God, I was like, is Dr. Mary in this? But it's just you.
Oh, is that what it says? Let me change that. Rename. Yeah, let me share. Good call. Okay. So we are going to start in a couple of minutes reclined. So if you want to just get a little head start, we're going to start on our backs with the feet planted on the mat as wide as the edges of your mat. And then let your knees knock in. Yeah. And while we're waiting to get started, you can just settle into that pose. The width of your feet giving you a little space in your lower back. Can you guys all hear me? Give me a thumbs up. Great. And as you're settling in here, feel the weight of your sacrum, the triangular bone in the back of your pelvis. Feel it get heavy into the mat. A day's worth of working from home or sitting or whatever it is you've been up to. Hey, Air. And we'll give it a couple more minutes before we start. So we're in a reclined position on our backs with the feet, knees bent, feet are planted as wide as your mat. And then let the knees rock in towards each other. Maybe walk your shoulder blades onto your back body a little to open up your chest. And the arms are out wide, palms facing up. Allow the muscles in your face to soften. Maybe you've been squinting at a screen all day. My eyes sting from that, I know. Let your eye sockets get soft, eyes sink towards the back of your head. Let the skin on your cheeks fall. Just feel the support of your mat underneath you. Okay. And then bring one hand to your heart and one hand to your belly. Just as a way to notice the breath here, notice where the breath is expanding your body, where it's softening. Maybe you feel the rise and fall of your chest more, maybe your belly. And I want to invite us to play with an idea this practice that I'm personally playing with myself, which is trying to expect nothing and appreciate everything, especially in this moment with all of these uncertainties around us. Trying to expect and wait for something to change is not serving us because there really are no answers. So rather than trying to expect something, I am inviting you to try and appreciate everything instead. So we can take that idea with us onto the mats today in our practice, rather than holding on to expectations of your practice, how much you're gonna sweat, what the poses are gonna look like. See if you can let go of those expectations today and just appreciate the little things. Maybe just the shaking of your muscle or the quality of your breath. Expect nothing, appreciate everything. Take a few more moments here with the feet out as wide as your mat, the knees knocking in. Feel that support. You can keep your hands where they are or maybe send the arms out wide. A couple more breaths. Just check in the end of your day. And then in your own time, when you're ready, we'll bring the feet together, knock the knees over to the right, and use the hands to come up all the way into a tabletop. We'll tuck the toes and then sit back over the heels. So if you've practiced with me, you've done this before. Walk the knees back a little bit so that your weight is over your heels. The toes are tucked. We're stretching the bottoms of our feet. An area of the body that does not get a lot of attention. And then really let your weight sink into that stretch. So shoulders are stacked over your hips. The hands are on your thighs. Gaze is forward. Let the shoulders relax, facial muscles relax. And really sink into that stretch across the bottom of your feet. We'll take 3 more breaths. Exhale. Inhale through the nose. Exhale. One more, stay with it. Inhale. Exhale fully. And then slowly rock the weight forward, come onto your fingertips, untuck the toes, maybe you shake out the feet a little bit. And we'll stretch the wrists now, sending all the 10 fingers back towards the knees. Find a micro bend in the elbows and then rock your weight back until you feel that really juicy stretch across the backs of your forearms, backs of your wrists. And then when you find your edge, just hold it and we'll take a few breaths here. Just giving a little love to the parts of our body that do so much for us and are often unappreciated. Wrists, the feet. 2 more breaths. And then exhale, point the fingers towards the front of your mat. Take 1 cat-cow here. Inhale, reach the chest forward, gaze lifts, hips lift. Exhale, press through the palms to round the upper back. And then find neutral here. Shift the weight into your left palm and inhale, reach the right arm up and open. Exhale, thread the right arm through, bring the right cheek to your mat. And then we'll tent the left fingertips here. Can you all hear me? Cool. We'll tent the left fingertips here and use that leverage to rotate the body, breathing into that space across the back of your shoulders. 2 breaths. And then press the left palm into the mat. Inhale, reach the right arm up and open to the right side. Exhale, place the right palm down. Take a cat-cow here. Inhale, chest reaches forward, hips reach up. Gaze lifts. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, tuck the chin, press into the palms to round the upper back. And then come to neutral. Shift the weight heavy into your right palm and inhale, reach the left arm up and open to the left side. On your exhale, thread the left arm through, bring the left cheek to the mat. We'll come to tent the right fingertips, pushing into the support of the mat to twist the upper body, and then breathe into that space across the back of your shoulders. One more breath. And then plant the right palm. Inhale, reach the right arm all the way through and up. Open to the left side, left arm. And then place it down. We'll tuck the toes here, send the hips up and back, find downward facing dog. Pressing the palms into the mat through all the knuckles and all 4 corners of the palms. And then rotate the elbow, the inner elbow crease out towards the front of the mat. Press through the palms to send the weight back into the feet and find some pedaling in your legs here. So just stretching out the backs of the legs and the bruise down bow. And then turn that pedal into a walk. Slowly, one foot in front of the other, we'll meet in a forward fold at the top of our mats. Inhale, bring the hands to the shins. Send the tailbone back towards the back of the room. Gaze is forward, lift halfway. And then exhale, bring the hands to the calves, tuck the chin forward, fold, let the head go. Again, like that, inhale, halfway lift, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, forward fold. And then just chill here in your forward fold for a few moments, letting the upper body get heavy over the legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms, step the right foot back, left foot back, we'll pause and plank. Setting up our plank here with the shoulders over the wrists, energize the heels as if someone's pushing into them, and firm through the thighs. Pull the belly button in towards your spine. We'll take 5 breaths here. Inhale for 1. For 2. For 3. For 4. One more breath. Inhale deeply. Exhale. Inhale, shift the weight forward, shoulders come past the wrists. Exhale, lower the knees, chest and chin, and come all the way down. We'll set the elbows up, forearms planted, palms planted. Elbows are just slightly in front of the shoulders, setting up for a Sphinx pose here. Tops of the feet press into the mat. Tuck the tailbone to lengthen the lower back. And then inhale, reach the chest forward and pull the forearms back as if you're trying to pull the mat towards you. Inhale here. Gaze lifts. Energizing the forearms back to pull the chest through. 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale, plant the palms, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. And then pedal the legs. When you find stillness here in your down dog, we'll start to walk the hands back to meet the feet. Find a soft bend in your knees and then slowly roll the spine all the way up to stand. Inhale, reach the arms overhead. Exhale, bring the hands to heart center, lifting the sternum up into the thumbs. And find a soft gaze, or maybe your eyes closed here. Relax the shoulders. With the eyes closed, just trusting yourself, proprioception, start to walk towards the front of your mat. And when you get to the front of your mat, release your arms. We'll meet in Tadasana. Feet are planted, all 10 toes pointing forward. Shoulders stacked over the hips, stacked over the ankles. Inhale here, lift the shoulders up to your ears. Exhale, let it go. We'll go through Surya Namaskar A. Inhale, reach the arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms, step back for plank. Inhale here. Exhale, lower the knees, chest, chin. Slide through to cobra. Exhale, plant the palms, tuck the toes, downward facing dog, 3 breaths. Find your breath. Inhale, bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, step to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, tuck the chin. Soft bend in the knees. Inhale, reach the arms all the way overhead. Slight back bend when you get to the top. Exhale, hands to heart center. Right back in it. Inhale, reach the arms overhead. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms, step back to plank. Inhale here. Exhale, lower the knees, chest, chin. Slide through to cobra. Inhale. Exhale, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Take 3 breaths here to check in. Notice the quality of your breath. See if you can start to slow it down. One more breath. Inhale, bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, step to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Find that bend in the knees. Inhale, reach the arms overhead. Slight back bend at the top. Exhale, hands to heart center. Last one. Inhale, reach overhead. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms, step back, lower down for cobra or chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach the arms overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. And then release Tadasana. We'll move into Surya Namaskar B here. 3 rounds. Bring the toes a little bit closer than the heels. And then inhale, reach the arms overhead, send the hips back for chair pose. Exhale, dive over straight legs, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms, step back, lower down your vinyasa. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right leg up. Exhale, step the right foot in between the hands, lower the back foot, warrior one. Exhale, plant the palms, step the right foot back, chaturanga, or all the way down. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, plant the palms, step back through your vinyasa. Tuck the toes, we'll meet in downward facing dog, take 3 breaths. Check in here. One more breath. Inhale, bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bring the toes closer than the heels. Inhale for chair pose, send the hips back. And exhale, Tadasana. Right back in it, inhale for chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms, step or hop back, lower down. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, step it through, rise up for warrior one. Exhale, plant the palms, send the right foot back, lower down. You got it, stay with it. Inhale, upward. Exhale, downward. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step it through. Rise up, warrior one. Exhale, plant the palms. Send the left foot back, lower down. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Check in with your breath here. Take a moment. Send the hips up and back, really stretching out the back of the legs. One more breath. Inhale, bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bring the toes close. Inhale, chair. Exhale, rise up, Tadasana. One more round, you guys got it. Inhale, chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms, step back, lower down. Inhale, upward facing or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, step it through, rise up, warrior one. Exhale, plant the palms, step it back, lower down. Inhale, upward facing. Tuck the toes, send the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step it through. Rise up, warrior one. Exhale, plant the palms, step it back, lower down. Almost there. Inhale, upward. Exhale, downward facing dog. 3 breaths. Option to stay here or maybe lower the knees as wide as your mat and find child's pose. Take a couple breaths. Just notice the quality of your breath. Maybe you feel your heart starting to beat. We'll all meet in downward facing dog. Inhale, bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, step perhaps to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair. Take a couple extra breaths here, sending the hips a little lower, making sure that the knees are not past the toes. See if you can lift through the chest. 2 more breaths. Inhale. And then rise all the way up. Hands to heart center. Take a moment here. Relax the shoulders. Relax the muscles in your face. And then inhale, reach the arms overhead and grab a hold of your right wrist with your left hand. And then press through the right foot and pull the right arm over to the left side, stretching out the right side of the body. Feel that energizing line all the way from the right foot through the right fingertips. 2 more breaths. And inhale, back to center. Just go ahead and switch. Right hand takes a hold of the left wrist. And then press through the left foot, get heavy through the left leg. Inhale, stretch the left arm over to the right. One more breath. And then inhale back to center. Exhale, forward fold. Find the peace fingers and thumbs around the big toes. Inhale, halfway lift, reach the crown of the head forward. Exhale, splay the elbows out wide, push the toes into the fingers, fingers into the toes to pull the body towards the legs. Inhale, straighten the arms, halfway lift. Exhale, bend the elbows out wide, forward fold. Few more rounds like that on your own breath. Nice. Couple more. And then release the fingers. We'll walk the palms of the hands underneath the feet. Toes come to the creases of the wrists. And then same thing here. Find some bend in the knees if that feels good for you. Inhale, see if you can lengthen the spine, reaching through the crown of the head. And then exhale, soften the torso, let go of the head, forward fold. And just relax here, shake the head yes, shake it no. Maybe you find some rock in your whole body, forward and back, side to side, maybe some circles. Just take a couple more breaths here. And then release the hands from underneath you. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms, step back to plank. Inhale, shift the weight forward so that the shoulders come past the wrists. Exhale, shift it back. Pull the belly button in towards the spine. Energize through the heels and the thighs. A few more rounds of shifting. So shift the weight forward on your inhale. Exhale, shift it back. Inhale, shift it forward. Exhale, shift it back. Inhale, shift it forward. Exhale, shift it back. And then send the hips up and back for downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg up, 3-legged dog. Take a breath. And then send the right toes towards the right side of the room so the leg is straight. And then see if you can lift that right leg higher, 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 evening out the weight in the hands. When you've reached your edge, bend the right knee, open the hip. Keep the right foot flexed. Take a breath here. And then inhale, square off the hips, toes point down, three-legged dog. Exhale, shift the shoulders over the wrists, right knee comes to right elbow. Exhale, three-legged dog. Inhale, shoulders over wrists, right knee to left elbow. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, shoulders over wrists, bring the knee to the nose, press through the palms to round the upper back. Breathe here. Breathe here, one more breath. And then plant the right foot down between the palms. Beautiful. So we're in low lunge with the right foot forward. Take a moment to check in that the knee is over the ankle. And then energize the inner thighs towards each other to build stability and strengthen your foundation. Let go of how the pose should look and try and tune into how it feels. And then we'll plant the left palm. Inhale, reach the right arm up and open for a twist. 3 breaths. One more breath. Beautiful. And then keep the right arm lifted. We're gonna roll onto the outside edge of the left foot. And then maybe you heel toe your foot back, or you just bring it all the way back to stack on top. We're coming into side plank here. Press to the left hand to push the hips away from the mat. 3 more breaths, you got it. The foot can be placed on the mat for a little support here. Or if you want a little extra, maybe the right leg lifts. 1 more breath. And then exhale, plant the right palms. Optional vinyasa here. We'll all meet in a downward facing dog. Take a moment to check in with your breath. And then when you're ready, inhale, left leg lifts, 3-legged dog. Exhale, send the left toes out towards the left side of the room. The leg is still straight. And then evening out the weight in your hands, see if you can lift the left leg up, up, up as high as you can go. When you've reached your edge, let the left knee bend, open the hip. Couple breaths. Inhale, square off the hips, toes point down, 3-legged dog. Exhale, shift the shoulders over the wrists, left knee to left elbow. You guys know the drill. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, cross the body. Inhale, 3-legged. Exhale, shoulders over the wrists, knee to nose, press to the palms, round the upper back, 2 breaths. Inhale. Exhale, plant the left foot down. Low lunge. And we'll take our moment to check in. Left knee is over the left ankle. And then energizing the inner thighs towards each other for that strength and stability in the foundation. When you're ready, plant the right palm. And we'll inhale the left arm open for a twist. One more breath. And then keep the right hand where it is. Roll onto the outside edge of the right foot. And maybe you heel toe the foot back. We're meeting in side plank. Press through the right palm to lift the hips away from the mat. Breathe here. Two more breaths, you got it. Stay with it. Inhale here. Exhale, bring the left palm to the mat. Optional vinyasa will meet in a downward facing dog. And then from here, we'll all bring our knees as wide as the mat. Send the hips back, child's pose. Massage the forehead left and right into your mat. Take a moment here to find appreciation for what your body is able to do today. Just letting go of any expectations that you have for yourself. Take a couple more breaths. Notice where the breath is going in the body. Maybe you're spreading the ribs across the back body. Maybe you can feel your belly press into your thighs. And then when you're ready, we'll press into the palms, tuck the toes, and come into a downward facing dog. Just passing through here. Look forward, bend the knees, step to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Soft bend in the knees. Inhale, reach the arms overhead. Find that back bend at the top. We'll interlace the fingers, leaving the pointer fingers outstretched. And then press through the feet. Pull the thighs away from each other as if you have a resistance band holding on. And use that strength and stability in the legs to lift through the chest. Slight back bend here, gaze lifts. Take a couple breaths. And then let it go, shake out the arms, shake out the legs. We'll open up to wide-legged stance, facing whatever way you want to face. Bring the toes, or the heels are a little bit wider than the toes. Actually, let's switch that. Let's bring the toes wider than the heels, and then start to bend the knees and bring the thighs parallel with the mat. Yeah. And then send the weight back a little bit so you're not leaning forward. Find that sweet spot in the middle. Relax the shoulders away from your ears. We'll inhale, find a goalpost with the arms. And again, grounding through the legs to lift through the chest. So it's just a slight back bend here. The gaze is lifted. Couple breaths. Inhale. Lower the legs a little deeper. Yeah. 2 more breaths. Option to come onto the toes for a little extra. Feel that shake. 1 more breath in. And release the heels, straighten out the legs. Beautiful. Interlace the fingers behind the sacrum. Bring the toes to point forward. And then inhale, reach the chest up and open. Exhale, hinge at the hips, forward fold. See if you can energize the palms together, wrists together, forearms together. And then press through the feet, let the torso and the head go. Take a few breaths here, wide-legged forward fold. Stretching out the front of the shoulders. And then inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bring the hands to the hips. Pause here. Torso's parallel with the ground. Maybe you have a slight micro bend in the knees. And then inhale, all the way rise up. Inhale, reach the arms overhead. Exhale, warrior 2 on the right side. So we'll send the right toes out towards, I guess this would be, well, depending on what way you're facing. Leave that up to you guys. The back toes, left toes are a 45-degree angle pointing forward. Right knee is stacked over the right ankle. And then see if bring your hands to your hip points. See if your right hip is drooping lower than your left. And if it is, pull it up to be even with your left hip. Energize the inner thighs towards each other. When you have that foundation, let the arms go out wide again. Gaze is over the right fingertips. Inhale. Inhale. Exhale, sink that right knee a little deeper. Keep the legs where they are. Inhale, reverse warrior. Opening up the right side body. Exhale, come to a side angle. Right forearm meets the right thigh. Left arm reaches overhead. Gaze is towards the left fingertips. 3 breaths. Inhale, peaceful. Exhale, straighten the right leg. Tee the arms, pause here. We'll inhale, tilt the torso forward, reach the right fingertips as far as they can go. And then exhale, moving into triangle trikonasana, resting the palm on the shin, the floor, the foot just not on the knee. And then left fingertips point up towards the ceiling, gaze follows the left fingertips. Take 3 breaths here, triangle. Inhale, bend into the right knee, come up, warrior 2. Take 1 extra breath here, gaze over the right fingertips. And then inhale, reach the arms overhead, straighten the right leg, point the right toes forward. Exhale, warrior 2, left side, moving right into it. So the left knee is stacked over the left ankles. Right toes are pointing 45 degrees forward. Check in with your hip points. Is the left hip drooping lower than the right? And if it is, can you pull it up? And then sink into that left knee, reach the arms out wide, gazes over the left fingertips, warrior 2. Energizing the inner thighs towards each other. Relax the shoulders, 1 more breath. Inhale, peaceful warrior, stretching, opening through that left side body. Keeping that space in the left side body, moving it into side angle. Left forearm comes to the left thigh. Right fingertips reach overhead, gaze follows. 3 breaths. Check in with your left knee, make sure it's over your left ankle. Inhale, peaceful warrior. Exhale, straighten the left leg, beautiful. Tee the arms, pause here. Inhale, tilt the torso to the left. Reach the left fingertips as far as you can. Exhale, lower down, Trikonasana, second side. One more breath. Find that deep bend in the left knee again. Rise up, warrior 2. And then inhale, reach the arms overhead. All the toes point forward towards the side of your mat. Exhale, forward fold. This time we'll bring the palms to meet the mat. And then you can walk the palms back to find chaturanga arms. Or maybe you switch the direction of the fingers and reach them back behind you. Take a few breaths in whatever wide-legged forward fold feels good to you. And then we'll start to find some bend in the knees here. One leg and then the other. Feeling how that opens up the insides of the hips. Rocking the weight using the feet to initiate the movement. And then make those movements a little bit bigger. So we're coming all the way over to one side and then maybe all the way over to the other side. Just play with it here with some lateral movement, opening up the insides of the legs. Nice. And then next time you're over towards the front of your mat, we'll quarter turn. Plant the palms at the front of your mat. Send the front foot back, find plank. Back in our familiar pose, you're pressing through the palms, shoulders over the wrists, energizing the heels. Hold the belly button into the spine, take a breath. Inhale, shift the weight forward, shoulders come past the wrists. Exhale, lower all the way down onto your belly. We'll send the hands behind us to interlace behind the sacrum. This time take the opposite interlacing. So whatever you did when we forward folded, we'll take the opposite non-dominant. And then press the tops of the feet into the mat, thighs into the mat, tuck the tailbone to lengthen the lower back. Forehead is on the mat. Inhale, reach the chest forward, chest lifts, head lifts, gaze lifts. Pull the arms back. Exhale here. We'll take 3 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale a little higher. Exhale, beautiful. One more breath, inhale. Exhale here. Inhale, get really high. Exhale, let it go. Let the hands go, find one cheek onto the mat. Maybe you find a little dance with the hips side to side. And then we'll reach the arms back, palms facing down. Invitation here is to take exactly what we just did for a second round, or find Shalabhasana variation. Forehead comes to the mat. Inhale, chest lifts, head lifts, gaze lifts. Pause here. Inhale, legs lift. Pause here. And then you can stay here or fly the arms back, palms face down, shoulder blades pull towards each other on the back body. Inhale for 3. Zipping the legs together. One more breath. Inhale here, get lift, get length. Exhale, let it go. Bring the other cheek to the mat. Rock the hips side to side. Beautiful. Bend the knees. And then windshield wiper the legs. Yeah. Just notice how that feels in the lower back. And then we'll let the legs go. Plant the palms underneath the shoulders. Tuck the toes. And press back to sit on the heels as we started the class stretching the feet. Inhale, reach the arms overhead. Exhale, palms to heart center. Inhale, lengthen through the crown of the head. Exhale, relax the shoulders. Notice how that stretch feels in the backs of the feet this time around. Has anything changed? And then we'll walk the palms forward, press through the hands, and meet in a downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward, bend the knees. Exhale, jump through all the way to seat. And we'll set up for boat pose. So moving right into it. Shins come parallel with the mat. Shoulder blades pull towards each other on the back of the body. And imagine there's a string attached to the center of your sternum that's pulling up in a diagonal direction. So feel that pull of the chest, shoulders come onto the back. And then maybe you're holding onto the backs of your thighs. Maybe you release the arms here, palms face up, reaching through the chest. Inhale. Exhale, come halfway down. Inhale, Navasana boat. Exhale, halfway down. Inhale, boat. Exhale, halfway down. Inhale, boat to hold. Reaching through the chest, bring the hands to heart center. And then inhale, over to the right side. Exhale, center. Inhale, center. Exhale to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale to the right, almost there. Inhale, center. Exhale to the left. Inhale, pause here. Exhale, halfway down. And then let it go. Release onto your back. Find a bend in the knees, plant the feet. And then just windshield wiper the knees side to side. And we'll come into a few rounds of bridge here with an optional wheel. So bring the heels in as close to your tailbone as you can. All 10 toes are pointing forward. And then inhale to press through the feet to lift the hips up and away. Interlace the fingers underneath the sacrum. Walk your shoulders onto your back body. We're going to be here for a few breaths. So pressing through the feet. Energizing the knees together. And then see if you can release the muscles in your glutes and instead activate the backs of your thighs. Gaze is towards the ceiling. Inhale for 3. For 2. For 1. And then release the hands, one vertebra at a time, starting at the top of your back. Slowly roll the spine all the way down. And windshield wiper the knees side to side. Setting up for round 2. Feet are planted, heels as close to your tailbone as you can get them. And then press into the feet to lift the hips. Interlace opposite non-dominant fingers underneath the sacrum. Walk the shoulders back. Energize the knees together. And then option to stay here or come onto the toes. Pulling the chest towards the forehead here, finding that back bend. Inhale for 3. For 2. For 1. If you're onto the toes, lower the heels, and then softly, one vertebra at a time, roll the spine all the way down. Rock the knees side to side. And then third round here, your option is to do either of the 2 variations we just took, or come into a full wheel. If you're coming into wheel, we'll place the palms onto the mat with the fingers pointing down towards the feet on the outsides of the ears. Inhale to press into the hands to bring the crown of the head onto your mat. And then exhale to come all the way up. Energizing the knees towards each other. And then see if you can shift the weight forward towards your upper body. Wherever you are, take 5 breaths. If you're in wheel, tuck the chin. Slowly lower down. If you're in bridge, you can come out of it. Rock the knees side to side. And then we'll send both legs up, bottoms of the feet towards the ceiling. Getting heavy through the sacrum, that back of the pelvis, and energizing the heels towards the ceiling, opening the backs of the legs. Arms can be out wide, palms facing up. Just take a moment here to let the blood reverse gravity for a moment. Let go of any expectations. The legs don't need to be straight. Maybe they're shaking. Just notice how this feels. And then we'll cross one ankle over the other, bring the knees into the chest, grab hold of the knees and start to rock forward and back. Massaging the muscles along the spine. Just finding your own flow here. And eventually, we'll rock all the way to meet in a downward facing dog whenever you are ready. So we'll meet in a down dog here again, checking in. Notice the quality of your breath. What feels different now than the first down dog of your practice. And then inhale, reach the right leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale, open the knee, open the hip, even out the weight in the hands. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, slowly bring the right knee to right elbow. And then send the shin parallel with the front of your mat. Lower the right leg down for pigeon. Making sure that your right knee is wider than your right hip. And then before we lower down, we're going to take a moment here to walk the hands back. And then energize the inner thighs towards each other. Notice what that does to the pose. Maybe you find those goalpost arms here, lifting the chest for one breath. And then exhale, leading with the heart. Forward fold over the right leg. Settling in to pigeon. Top of the left foot is pressing into the mat. This pose is active here, actively energizing the inner thighs towards each other. Releasing the upper body, releasing your head. Just let go of anything you had hoped for the practice and instead find gratitude for exactly where you are. You've come this far. You are exactly where you need to be. A few more breaths. One more breath. Slowly walk the palms back to the mat. Press through the hands, tuck the left toes, and we'll send the right foot back for downward facing dog. Optional vinyasa here, last opportunity. Roll forward to plank if you're taking it. Lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg high, three-legged dog. Exhale, open the knees, stack the hips. Even out the weight in your hands. Inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, slowly bring the left knee to the left elbow. And then shift the left shin parallel with the front of your mat. And softly lower it down. Make sure that your left knee is wider than your left hip. Check in. And then before we lower down, we'll walk the hands back, energize the inner thighs towards each other. Again, option to find goalpost arms, slight back bend here. Inhale. Exhale, leading with the heart, slowly fold forward, pigeon, other side. Settling in to our second side. The right top of the foot is pressing into the mat, inner thighs energizing towards each other. Upper body is soft, head is soft. Take your time to settle. Two more breaths here. And then slowly walk the palms back onto the mat. Tuck the right toes, press through the hands, send the left leg back, downward facing dog. And then we'll just walk the hands through, walk the feet through to come to a seat. Send the left leg out long in front of you and bring the right foot over the left leg. Tent the right fingertips behind you and use that leverage pressing into the mat to really get long through the spine. So get rid of any rounding in the lower back. Press the left leg firmly into the mat, heels pressing down, lifting through the sternum. Inhale, reach the left arm overhead. Exhale, twist to the right. And on each inhale, seeing if you can lengthen through the crown of the head. On each exhale, twist a little bit deeper. Take a few rounds of your own breath. Inhale, come to center. Tent both fingertips behind you. Bring both knees into the chest, sort of like a boat here. Take a pause. One more breath. And then slowly reach the right leg long and bring the left foot over the right leg, setting up for the other side. Right leg presses firmly into the mat. And then tent the left fingertips behind you. Take a moment here to get rid of any rounding in the lower spine. So again, feel as if there's someone pulling with a string on the chest, on the sternum, reaching forward. Inhale, reach the right arm overhead. Exhale, find your twist. Take a few rounds on each inhale, lengthening. On each exhale, twisting deeper. Inhale, come to center. Send both legs long, heels pressing into the mat. We'll find a forward fold here. Inhale, reach the arms overhead. Exhale, leading with the heart, forward fold over straight legs. This pose is also active here, so pressing the backs of both legs into the mat. On each inhale, see if you can lengthen the chest forward. On each exhale, soften the upper body. When you reach your edge, let the head go. Letting go of any expectations for how this should look. and just enjoying the way it feels inside your body. Inhale, use the hands to walk the upper body back up. And then just keep going. We'll tilt the upper body back and come all the way onto our backs. Finding a supine twist here, so any variation of supine twist that feels good for you. You can just let the knees fall over to the right side, or maybe you bring the left leg crossed over the right leg and then let the knees fall over to the right. Whatever feels good for you. Arms come to a T. Gaze is over the left fingertips. Feel that stretch through the side body, that opening. See if you can send your breath there. Option to let your eyes close here. And then inhale to center. We'll just take the other side, same variation you took. So maybe just letting the knees fall over to the left or wrapping the right leg around the left and then letting the knees fall off to the left. Arms to a T, gaze is over the right fingertip. Play with sending your breath into that space across the side body. Shoulder is rooted here. One more breath. And then come back to center. We'll find happy baby. So bring the hands to the outsides of the feet, deep bend in the knees. And then we'll weight the sacrum, so that triangular upside down bone on the back of the pelvis. And when you weight down the sacrum, notice if that gives you a little lift from the lower back. So the lower back comes off the mat, sacrum gets heavy into the mat. You should be able to reach a ruler under your lower spine without having it touch your skin. Little space there. And then play with your happy baby, rock side to side. Maybe you stretch one leg out and then the other. When you're ready, bring the bottoms of the feet together and we'll let them go onto the mat with the knees out wide. Bring one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. Eyes are closed. Let the muscles in your face soften. Forehead, eye sockets. Feel supported onto the ground. Notice the parts of your body that feel heaviest. Maybe the hips, backs of the shoulders, back of the head. Appreciate everything. You can stay here for a few more breaths or send the feet out towards the bottom corners of your mat. Let the feet splay out wide. Walk the shoulders onto your back body. Arms fall out to the side, setting up for Shavasana, our final resting pose. And then lengthen the back of the neck. Chin comes down. Eyelids are soft and heavy. Take your time to set up here. Feel supported. Rather than expecting or waiting for something, What does it feel like to just appreciate what is? Shavasana, final rest. Giving yourself so much time here to feel supported. Just letting it all go. When you feel ready, find some slight movement in your fingers and toes. Maybe bend your elbows, knees, roll out the wrists and the ankles. Coming back into whichever space you're in. And then drop the knees off over to the right. Come onto your side. Take a final pause here. Use the hands to come up to a seat. We'll meet cross-legged at the top of our mats. And we're going to try something here. We're going to end the practice together with an optional Om. So if you want to join in, unmute yourself. And we'll see how this goes. Your option is to join in or just listen, enjoy the vibration of other energy around you. Inhale, reach the arms overhead. Exhale, bring the hands to heart center. Relax the shoulders. Inhale. Exhale, side out. Inhale to prepare. Bring the hands to your third eye, in between the eyebrows. Find gratitude for your body, yourself, your space, your safety. Thank you for showing up to practice with me. Namaste.
Yay! Oh my God, Stein. Oh my God, Margaret. Hi, everyone.
Thank you.
I see everyone.
More.
Oh, cool that you're all here. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Allie.
You're so welcome. Bye.
Oh.